The question I really want to be able to answer for you is, what technology should I be using? It seems like a very simple question, and that's the question I had almost a decade ago when I started on this journey. I just wanted someone to say, oh, buy product X or download app Y, and then your children will start doing better at school. I really wish it was that simple. Little did I know, 9 years later, I'd still be overwhelmed by the amount of products that I still need to do some research into. The truth is, there are way too many products to choose from. There's so many of them, it's really overwhelming to work out which is the best solution for any individual in any particular circumstances. And as a consequence, it's really hard for any family or school to quickly work out what solutions they should be using. And that's something I do. I help families and schools work out which is the best solution for them. So I short circuit all the research. And my goal is that this YouTube channel will be able to do that, so you can do it for yourself without employing me. And the other thing is, and you probably already know this if you found this channel, is no two dyslexics are exactly the same. So what will help one dyslexic won't necessarily help another. On top of that, even if you were to bring me two dyslexics with identical cognitive abilities, I wouldn't necessarily recommend they use the same solutions. So why is that? Well, there are just so many variables to take into consideration, and I'm going to try and explain that with the use of a slide. Whenever I'm trying to ascertain the best solutions for any individual, these are the variables I need to take into consideration. And they might seem obvious, yet I have created a very quick video to explain each one of them in more detail, because getting this information right in the first instance stops you wasting time on lots of unsuitable solutions. The last bullet point talks about the area where help is most needed. And here I've categorized all of the solutions I used into these 10 broad categories. I've organized the channel such that there is a separate section for each one of these categories. At the beginning of each of these sections, I've given an overview video that gives you more detail of the functionality in each of those sections. And truthfully, if you have a younger child, like primary age student, 10 or younger, then really it's not so complicated. You have the opportunity to use technology to learn to read and encourage reluctant readers. And these are areas where technology makes the students' lives much easier, and so there isn't much resistance. And if they start happily using technology to learn to read, and I've abbreviated that, that is actually learn to read and spell, but it wouldn't fit on this busy diagram. But if they normally much prefer the tech than workbooks or any other methods of teaching, and because students get used to using this tech really early on, as they get older, it's a natural progression to use technology to read in order to learn and to take notes and to improve understanding. And so you're in the best position if you introduce technology early. But for older students who maybe are studying for formal exams, they might be 15, 19, or in higher education studying for a degree, there's a good chance that they might need help in all of these areas. And to try and get them to use technology in each of these areas would be overwhelming. Because there are so many solutions available and there are so many variables to take into consideration, I get to know my clients very well, and as I get to know them and what they already own, I'm in a good position to make suggestions as to the best technology for them. In this playlist, I want to equip you with the information that you require to make these informed decisions. So I've looked at each of these variables separately in a very quick video that I've incorporated into one playlist. I hope you find them useful.